Let me know in the comments if you guys agree. Boruto needs to become like a weekly shonen because right now, Boruto has my time and attention. After this chapter, I got way too many questions. Is it just me, but every time we get another Boruto chapter, I'm just left itching for more. We got another 30 days to wait before we get chapter 5. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I don't know if I can make it, man. Before we get started, I'm gonna need y'all to hit that like button, and I'm gonna need y'all to hit that subscribe button so I can continue to pump out more of this anime content. So we just gonna address the elephant in the room. Sasuke's been sealed away, well, he's been turned into a tree. This was definitely done to progress the plot, because when you think about it, I mean, Naruto and Sasuke, they're like two peas in a pod. What you do to one, you gotta do to the other. Naruto got sealed at the end of Boruto before the time skip. Sasuke got sealed during the time skip. So, I mean, it kind of makes sense. But this does confirm that we're probably not gonna see either Naruto or Sasuke until the end of the manga. So when Boruto and Code actually had that exchange during the time skip, that's probably when Sasuke got caught. Kashin Koji's a little tougher to throw in the mix, but to be honest, Kashin Koji was never a bad guy to begin with. But the thing is that he's fought Boruto and Konohamaru before, but ultimately his objective was to take out Jigen. Kashin Koji is Jiraiya's clone, so I mean, they're technically related. I mean, I'd call them distant relatives. Call it like a distant kind of uncle or whatever. Thank you for 2.2K. We moving. Code has lost complete control of the Ten Tails, and the thing is that Boruto actually warned him about this just because Code actually transformed the Ten Tails to the extent where now it's evolved and it's now developed its own way of thinking to the point where it's now grown from its sole purpose of consuming Boruto to now wanting to learn about any and everything. So as far as we know, there are 4 main villains, and definitely the one who's standing in the sky, he's definitely just giving me main villain energy at this point. Kishimoto seems to have a thing of just having main villains just stand in the sky and then just having the viewers at like some sort of low cut or high cut angle. Is it just me? Does he look like a Dragon Ball Z final villain? He kind of gives me Cell vibes from like the bottom up. Anything from the waist up, I mean, now I already know. You can let me know in the comments though. So it seems like everybody who's been turned into a tree has like a Jubi doppelganger, which explains the one that looks like Bug and the one that looks like Sasuke. Strength wise, they're definitely not to be played with because Boruto actually went toe to toe with these guys and Boruto had to put in that work. Boruto literally went from that guy who had the coldest demeanor to the guy who now needed cold support. That just shows you how strong these guys are. Boruto made light work of Code, who's been said to be stronger than Jigen without his limiters. Boruto had to actually retreat because he knew he was definitely gonna die, considering that Code had actually left him there. But I'm not really surprised. Code's been a dollar store villain, so I'm definitely happy that this sequence actually happened because it actually puts into better context why Boruto's become so strong. At minimum, these side villains are as strong as Jigen. Naruto and Sasuke both fought Jigen and lost, so we can only imagine how strong the main villain actually is. And the thing is that he's only just begun because he's still evolving. So at this point in time, his strength is only going to get greater and greater and greater. And right now, the objective was to only consume Boruto, but as they continue to learn, it'll probably lead to world domination. So I mean, at this point, Code, Kawaki, Boruto is not looking good for anyone. So it turns out that Boruto knows the Flying Thunder God technique. Boruto's been stated to be a genius just like the 4th Hokage, so him actually learning how to do the technique doesn't really surprise me. I think I'm just more surprised that they actually gave the technique to him. I low-key feel like Naruto was supposed to get this technique because I remember when he fought the 4th Raikage, Naruto kind of did use the technique when he dodged the 4th Raikage's punch, but I mean, I think outside of that, it wasn't really used too much. Sasuke did get his Rinnegan, which basically gave him the same body flicker technique. So I feel like because he had that, there would have been no point really giving it to Naruto. Boruto is Naruto's son. He's the 4th Hokage's grandson, and he's Sasuke's student, so I feel like this would be the perfect technique to give to Boruto. Sarada's really out here just doing God's work. Kawaki's still trying to make appearances and manipulate the hidden leaf against Boruto. Sarada provides clarity on the situation, stating that Boruto is basically after Code, which is the reason why he came back to the village. Kawaki states, oh, you know, it doesn't really matter what he was actually here for and whatnot. He's an enemy of the leaf and he's no Sasuke, so basically he's gotta go. Sarada hits him with the rebound, well, you're no Sasuke too, so I mean, what's that about? Kawaki then says, oh, he's no Sasuke that kills those Sutsukis, and I mean, he's trying his hardest to maintain whatever charade he's got going on, but honestly, I'm excited for the reveal when it's actually shown that he was the one that sealed away the 7th Hokage. Shikamaru might be smart, but I'm not gonna lie to you, this man is completely useless as the Hokage. Strength-wise, he's not touching Naruto and Sasuke, even after they were nerfed. And yes, I get it, it's not his fault because his memories were tampered with, but man, I just feel mad for Boruto, man. Like, this guy went so far for everybody just to kind of basically become a whole outlaw. Mentally, I can't even imagine what Boruto's even going through. Kawaki's trying to get rid of him, the Leaf are basically trying to kill him off, and you know, he's just isolated and alone. And yeah, I get it, he has Kashin Koji as a mentor, which is actually good. To see his sister again for the first time in 3 years, that must be tough. Boruto makes it back to his hideout, and it turns out that him and Kashin Koji are actually allies. To be frank, they were never really enemies. I feel like they were definitely allies who stood on 2 different ends of the spectrum. I'm guessing as soon as Boruto left the village, that was when Code attacked him, and that was when Sasuke got sealed. So Sasuke's probably been sealed since the beginning of the time skip. That was probably when Kashin Koji came through, and I would even argue that Kashin Koji's probably been training Boruto specifically during this time skip the whole time. But I mean, I'm just speculating. I mean, I could be wrong. To wrap up, Boruto isn't exactly the best written anime or best written manga, but right now it has my time and attention. It feels like every chapter that comes out, I just have more and more questions. This may sound a little selfish, and I mean, that's fine. Y'all can dog me in the comments and whatnot. But I need Boruto to become like a weekly shonen manga, because right now, I know Naruto was nice, Shippuden was nice. I mean, it had its flaws or whatever, but Boruto is nice. Like, this is actually nice, and I'm so excited because I feel like the best move that they made was just writing out Code as the main villain, because this guy has literally just been a scrub the whole time. I feel like he'd be like an Orochimaru kind of character. I feel like he's not really an ally, but due to the circumstances, he's kind of forced to fight with Boruto. I feel like that's where he's really gonna stand at this point. I have so many questions and just no answers, but honestly, that's it for me. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll holler at y'all later, man. Peace.